Hey there, everyone. It's Patrick Ashby here, and welcome to this quick overview of EXP Canada and what is happening with this model. There's a lot of noise out there in the marketplace because when you become the fastest growing brokerage in history, there's a lot of distorted information out. So my job is to just quickly explain what on earth is going on with this revolutionary new model that's not just sweeping our nation of Canada here, it's actually going around the globe at a record pace. So at the end of this presentation, you're either going to be an A or a B. And I say an A is a person who says, you know what, you've really intrigued me with this, and I'd like to learn more. And that begins the due diligence process. Or you might be a B that says, hey, thanks for the information. This just isn't for me. The timing's not right. So either way, I'm fine with that. So what we're going to do is hop into this. I want to respect everybody's time. And what I'm going to do here is stop my video so we can just pay full attention to what you're about to see here. So we're going to start things off with the evolution of real estate brokerages in Canada. It started with the ma and pops, and then the trust companies started up. So I actually started my real estate career in 1984 with the Permanent. I spent 7 months there and then I jumped to Remax. So the franchises disrupted the trust companies. And then what happened was the team concept evolved. And then what happened was it kind of backfired at the franchise level because the team leaders realized they were the brand and they quickly en masse started leaving their franchises and opened up boutique brokerages. So hundreds and then thousands of boutiques started opening up in Canada, the United States, and around the world. But then here's what happened was that the team leaders realized that, owning their own brokerage, there's a lot of headaches and liability involved with this. So EXP is the first model to be disrupting at all these different levels. And we are a publicly traded company that's owned by the agents, and our stock has gone through the roof. We just reported our Q3 2020 earnings and up 100% over last year's quarter. And if we take a look at the stock here, we call this Wall Street facts. So if we take a look at a 3-year run on our stock, we're up over 1,250%. And the market capitalization of the company is at $3.2 billion. We have no significant debt in the company. We have 91 million cash in the bank. We're actually acquiring other companies now. Now, if we compare that to Realty, and again, this isn't a slight on our competition, it's just the reality of what's happening in the marketplace. Realty is the parent company that owns Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, Better Homes and Gardens, Corcoran, and some other brands. And their stock is down 69% in the same period of time. Remax's stock is down 47% in that same period of time. And if we take a look at the market capitalizations of the companies, if you take a look at adding Remax and Realty together, they're $1 billion less than the current valuation of EXP. So big things are happening with our company. And this gentleman here joined us in May of this year. This is Michael Valdez, and he lives in New York City. And Michael was with Realty for 15 years, and he developed all of these brands across the world. Realty is in over 100 different countries. And Michael was the person who opened up 75 new countries for this company. He left there in May, came to EXP. He is now our president of global expansion. And we just opened up India. We just are in the process of opening up France and Portugal. South Africa just opened up. Mexico just opened up. And big things are happening in 2021. We actually even just acquired all the rights to Success Enterprises. So you may have seen Success Magazine out there before. Well, EXP World Holdings is in the process of buying all the assets of this company. Now, the reason I am telling you this is that as an EXP agent, you actually earn shares in our company, okay? And this becomes a really interesting factor and the reason why we're growing so fast. Now, here's a look at our current agent count. The company actually started in 2009 with 25 agents, and it took almost 6 years to get to 400 agents. But then a gentleman by the name of Gene Frederick joined the company. We call it the Gene Factor because he brought an idea to the board of directors to introduce 2 new programs, the Agent Equity Program and Icon Agent Program, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. And that skyrocketed the company to record-breaking growth. And it's not just any agents that are joining, it's some of the best of the best. This is Christopher Invidiata. a well-known and well-respected agent in around the world, and he happens to be Canadian. And he is a world leader in real estate, 35 years at Remax. And you can take a look at the awards here. Christopher was about to go and create his own independent boutique brokerage. He got word of EXP, and what happened was this. It started off with a Zoom meeting. In fact, I was the person who gave him the first presentation back in February 2020, and that resulted in doing 7 months of due diligence, over 30 Zoom calls with the founder of our company to all the key executives, and he came to the conclusion that this was the best long-term path for his entire team, that this is the real deal and the future of real estate. And what's been happening is we've been beginning to attract some of the who's who of real estate in Canada. This is Donna Delonzo. She owned 6 Remaxes at one time, and then she sold those, launched Keller Williams in Quebec, and she's now EXP. Randy Dick, one of the top Remax agents in the world from British Columbia, now EXP. Wayne Jewell, a highly respected agent in Southern Ontario, working out of London. And, look at the volume there, 110 ends last year. And he shut down his Sutton Group brokerage and came to EXP. Derek Gillette, one of the top Remax teams in Canada, now EXP. And I could go on and on. Here's Andre Major from Ottawa and used to own Remaxes and Sutton Group franchises. Madhu Baker from Sarnia, Ontario, 25 million in volume. She's one of our top single agents in the entire country. The Jennifer Jones team from Toronto now with us. The top Remax team in Edmonton now with us. And I could go on, but now what's happening is 300 independent brokerages have merged with EXP, and some of them small, some of them big. This 900 agent office in Arizona, 175 agents in Miami. We just have 5 independents in Ottawa right now in the process of onboarding to EXP, several more in Toronto, and lots in Southern Ontario and in different parts of the country. So what's happening here is that we have a model which is literally disrupting traditional real estate. So why is that happening? Well, it all comes down to overhead, because if we take a look at the structure of real estate, and it's been this way a long time, and since I spent the majority of my career at Remax, I'm going to use this as an example. There's only one way of money flowing up: by agents sharing in their commissions and paying monthly fees. And that just doesn't pay for the office that you're working out of. It has to flow up to the regional offices and then right up to the headquarters. So in Remax's case, it's in Denver. And this is very, very expensive real estate to maintain and pay for, because there's some property taxes, insurance, maintenance, all of these different things. It needs to be furnished. So what happens here is all of this money has to flow up to pay for all of these expenses. And what our founder realized was this, was that, we don't really need to be the franchise system anymore. Let's be one company and let the agents own it through a stock program. So let's get rid of all this unnecessary overhead. And what he did was he completely eliminated all the bricks and mortar and then flattened the structure to create a number of benefits back to the agents. It just makes a lot of sense. Now, we started with this virtual model in 2009. So obviously COVID has played perfectly into a model like this for the future, because a lot of these agents working right now in bricks and mortar and having to pay for them while they're actually selling real estate from home, they've realized that this is a better home for them. Okay. So if we take a look at this model, it actually allows the company to share revenue back with the agents. This also allows the company to provide the best technology tools for our agents to increase their production. Now, here's the interesting thing. From time to time, agents need an office to go to meet a special client or what have you. So we have a relationship with Regis offices. There's 2 in Ottawa, there's multiple locations in Toronto, and basically in every major city in Canada and around the world, Regis has offices. And we have free access to these lounge areas to meet with clients with the free Wi-Fi, and they have a beverage service, etc. But then if we choose to want to work from an office or a boardroom on a more permanent basis, or even for half a day or whatever, we just pay a nominal fee for that, but free access anytime we need it at Regis offices. Okay. So this is what our world looks like, which is, cutting out hundreds of millions of dollars in overhead because we work in the cloud. Our entire staff, all of our brokers, administration people, accounting, tech, everybody is an avatar working in this real time living, working, breathing environment. Okay. And it's absolutely remarkable. We just had a convention with 17,000 people in attendance. We can do trade shows through here. It's unbelievable. And this technology company, which is called Verbella, we acquired them 2 years ago. So, as an EXP shareholder in our company, it's good to know that the US government and other governments around the world and major corporations and universities are now hiring Verbella to run in this era of needing to work virtually. Okay. So, it's just something that makes a lot of sense. Now, let's take a look at our CRM and lead generation program. Every single agent in EXP has access to KV Core, which is a personalized website and lead generation using artificial intelligence. Now, one of the reasons we can provide this tool is that we don't have the overhead of bricks and mortar. And this is what it would actually cost you as an agent, about 7,000 US a year, 9,400 here in Canada, okay? And every single EXP agent gets this complimentary. So here's a gentleman that joined our team, Thomas Kayla, came out of real estate school in British Columbia, got his KV Core going, and used our Icon training program, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. And in his first year, he sold 50 homes and earned over $500,000 in gross commissions. So it's an unbelievable technology that's available to all of our agents. And you combine that with training, instant access to training and support, more than 50 hours of live training each week. And people are calling this the best training platform ever created for real estate because it's not just the amount of hours of training, it's who's doing the training. We have an Icon agent program, and our Icon agents are the top producing agents in the company. And what our company has done is created a system whereby Icon agents are awarded stock bonuses for training the entire field. So, unlike the traditional franchise operations where managers who sometimes haven't sold anything for 10 years are doing the training, or the agents have to go out and hire coaches and trainers themselves personally, we have that happening all internal, which is completely free for all EXP agents. Now, let's talk about the stock for a moment. We're traded on the NASDAQ. The ticker symbol is EXPI, and you earn shares in the company every year that you close your first transaction. If you hit our cap of 80,000, you earn shares, and you also earn shares if you attract an agent to the company. Now, these equity awards are actually vested for 3 years. So you earn them, they're sitting in your account, and you get them at today's price. So actually, currently, we're trading over $50. And 3 years from now, you receive the award at whatever the price is at that time. This next area is the agent equity program. It's purely optional and there's no vesting period. And this allows an agent to have 5% taken off of every commission check, and the company will buy you stock at a 10% discount. This is absolutely brilliant and can really add up over time. You combine that with our Icon Agent Award, and you can see why our top producers really like EXP. So you notice this $16,000 stock award for Icon agents. Well, where does that 16,000 come from? Well, that's the cap that you initially pay to the company. So every agent's on an 80-20 split for the first 80,000, which means that you would pay to the company $16,000. However, if you hit Icon agent status in our company, the company says, look, we'd like to give you that 16,000 back that you just paid us. We're going to give it all back to you in stock. What we're going to ask of you is to devote approximately 1 hour a month in our training cloud so that you can share your best practices for selling real estate to everybody else in the field. So to sit on panels or just talk about your history. And it's just a wonderful program that's benefiting everybody. And the Icon agents, because they've become significant shareholders, they don't see this as training their competition. Okay. So it's a very, very unique program, which makes a lot of sense. Now, this next area is called revenue share. Now, in the real estate model, generally speaking, it's managers who are paid salaries and bonuses to do three things. They manage transactions, they train their agents, and they also do agent attraction to build the office. Okay. Well, our founder looked at this model and said, that makes no sense. I want my managers to be laser focused on the transactions, on the paperwork side of things, make sure everything's done properly. Okay. Who should be the trainers? The top producers should be the trainers. They're the ones selling the most real estate. Let's get them to train and we'll reward them with stock. Who's going to build the company? Let's let the agents who are actually working in the field, who are all shareholders in our company, let's let them build the company because they know who the good agents are. They know who the bad agents are. And since we only want good agents, we're only going to invite good agents to come to EXP. So what happens is the company has built into their commission structure a way to pay agents to go out and help build their own company. Now, this is absolutely brilliant because at the same time that our company is highly profitable, the company is being able to share in revenue on the building of it. So we don't have to advertise for agents. We don't have to have people on salary to build the company. It builds just through osmosis and through agents attracting agents. Okay. So let's take a look at this 80-20 split. What happens is once an agent hits 80,000 and they've paid their 20% cap to the company, that agent goes to 100% commission less a small transaction fee. Okay. That 16,000 that's paid to the company is split equally between EXP corporate and the EXP agents who are building the company. So let's use an example here. Say $10,000 commission. 8,000 goes to the agent, 1,000 goes to EXP corporate. We have to pay our brokers and admin people, and $1,000 gets allocated to the revenue share trust account. So every month, millions of dollars goes into the revenue share account, and the following month, the company pays it back to the agents who are building the company, and it's built on a 7-tier system. So the way that it works is that you might invite, Joe and Sue to join the company. Well, they name you as the sponsor and they're on your tier one. Well, every time that they close a deal out of the 20% company dollar, the company is going to give you a 3.5%. But let's say Joe has a brother in Toronto who's selling real estate and he sponsors him into the business. Well, that person is on your tier two, and so on and so forth. So it grows by these tiers and the company tracks everything. It's all computerized, so you don't have to worry about it. And what's nice about it is that the company gives you a clear look at your revenue share dashboard, okay, in real time. So you log in, password protected site. And I'm going to share with you what my son's site looked like after 1 year. He had attracted 10 agents to the company. And those 10 agents, some of them did agent attraction and some of them didn't. But for the ones who did, it actually built a revenue share group of 58 other agents. Now, here's the interesting thing. My son works out of the London St. Thomas Real Estate Board. Well, many of these 58 were in different provinces and even in some of the US states. But what happened was, if you take a look at this number down here, 8,319, that was my son's revenue share that month from the closings of these 58 agents. And not only that, the company gives you a complete breakdown to the penny of where that money came from, and you see it in real time. So every month you can see how much revenue share you're going to be expecting the following month. So let's just take a look at this EXP model. Let's face it, real estate is a tough industry because it's all about trading time for money. And we do a lot of that at EXP, but at the same time, we are earning equity in our company through the stocks, and we're picking up revenue share based on our contribution to the company's growth. Now, the cool thing about this is that this continues after you've stopped selling real estate. And even when you pass away, it is a willable asset which can go to your family. So this is a game changer for our industry. And this gentleman put it best. John Cooper, former top REMAX gentleman from British Columbia. He says, I'm a businessman with a real estate license. There is no better opportunity in real estate than EXP. And I'm just going to share with you some testimonials here from people who have joined us over the last couple of years. And you're going to notice 3 columns here. The yearly sales volume, that's the trading time for money, then stock earned, and then highest monthly revenue share. So here we have Colin Bredner, great guy from Prince George, British Columbia. He decided to leave REMAX. He came and joined us in July of 2018. 13 million in volume in the last 12 months, but look at the stock he's picked up. He's sponsored 8 agents to the company, but his revenue share team has turned into 156, and you can see over $10,000 as his highest revenue share check. Here we have Randy from Abbotsford, BC, joined us about 2 years ago, and great volume. Look at the shares he's picked up. He's personally sponsored 49 agents. You can see his revenue share team there. 176, and the highest revenue share check, 16,000. Lisa Aubin, top Royal LePage agent from Sarnia, who joined us. You're going to see her volume, 21 million. 181,000 in shares, but look, she hasn't done much with the revenue share component, because remember, that's optional. You don't have to do that, but it's enough to cover all of her expenses. Here we have Steve Gabellini, great volume. Look at the shares he's picked up. 13,000 has been his highest revenue share check, but I'm going to have to change this because he just shared with me a couple of days ago that last month it was over 18,000. Here's my son, Matt, a new father. So I'm a new grandfather of 3 weeks ago. So we're very proud of him and his wife, Nova. You can see 6 million in volume. So he doesn't have the volume that the rest of the team does here. But you'll notice that his revenue share, highest revenue share check is $35,000. So here's what happened with Matthew. When his revenue share was consistently hitting about $20,000 a month, he brought on a team member, my youngest son, Michael, who's 22. So Matt's been able to cut back on his trading time for money, and he's coaching his younger brother to become a great realtor. Okay, so it's an interesting business model for sure. And here we have Kim. She had her own brokerage in Windsor, great volume. She's done tremendous with the stock. And you can see her revenue share is growing. And we could share more and more testimonials, but you get the idea here. And that is that with a real estate license, you're really limited to be trading time for money. And we do a lot of that at EXP, but it's hard to ignore these wealth building columns. So how far will we grow? Well, nobody can make predictions, but here's where we're at so far. Just surpassed 38,000 agents. And as Michael Valdez has pointed out, there's over 25 million real estate agents in the world. And we plan on going to all the countries where Remax and Keller and Realty are at. And if you add up all of these agents that are in franchises, it might just total around 1 million agents. So where are the other 24 million? Well, they're with the independents, okay? And it's the independent brokerages that are looking at EXP and saying, hey, we can still be owners here. It's just going to be through shares. What do they give up? The liability, potential lawsuits, and all of the nasty things of real estate, okay? So we have something that's very special here. So it is still the early days and plenty of opportunity for people to take advantage of a wonderful and brilliant model. Because here's the reality of things. You can continue to do exactly what you're doing in your current market area. So in summary here, we have no desk fees, no royalty fees, no franchise fees. It's a simple 80-20 split on your first $80,000. Then you go to 100%. And of course, we have the various team structures and for married couples and things like that. We won't get into those details right here, okay? And then the total monthly cost is $139. That gives you your lead gen system, all the technology package, etc. And again, today was just an introduction. We will go through with you, how the whole system works in the fine print, should you have interest in this. So that's pretty well what I wanted to share with everyone on this introductory video. And I love this little slide. The planets have aligned for you in 2021. Well, for many people who are seeing this and they're just realizing that our world has really changed. And when a model like this comes along, it's there could be a lot of loyalty. You might love your brokerage, you might love the office that you go to, but at the end of the day, we really have to take a look at this long term and say, where am I going to be at in 5 or 10 years if I stay where I am right now? Where would I might be if I come to EXP and join this revolution that's taking place in real estate? So we'll leave it at that. And at the beginning of this presentation, I said you're either going to be an A or a B. So if you're an A, what I'd like you to do is reach back to the person who shared this information with you and let them know that you would like to begin your due diligence. And what we can do is get you the information in the areas where you have the interest and need clarification, okay? And then again, if you're a B, let the person know that you're just not interested at this time. And you can follow us in the press and we can keep you informed, and who knows, maybe down the road this might be a better fit for you. Okay, either way, we're cool with that. Thank you for your time, and have a great 2021. Bye for now.